Welcome back, adventurers. This week, coming to you in real time, you are in for an exciting update as we fly to Dubai to the Portofino shipyard. We can't wait to see what stage our new aluminium Portofino 52 is up to. See the layout and hear some of those amazing features as we give you a personal tour through the build with exciting new announcements. So kick off your shoes and come barefoot with us. We are John and Ellie, the Barefoot Doctors, sailing and travelling around the globe. Join us as we share the adventure and explore the beauty of the world, because life is better barefoot. Okay guys, so this is pretty exciting. We're at the airport in Istanbul at the moment, and we are flying to where?
To Dubai to see our 52
I'm so
and
excited.
the 47.
I'm so excited. And speaking quietly because everybody else is around us is quiet and they're looking here, but I don't care because we are going to Dubai. We're going to Dubai for the launch of the 47,
The dry launch.
the dry launch, and then we're going to be doing a walkthrough of the 52 up to date. So I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, and we have got so many things to look at and to finalise because it's coming to the sharp end of the build now.
Oh yeah, very exciting stuff. Anyway, we're competing against too much noise here, so we're going to go and we'll see you on the other side when we get to Dubai.
See you guys. She's happy, she's happy. Yeah, baby.
He's crazy. Hi folks, where are we, honey?
We're in Dubai, going to see the Portofino.
Woohoo! Very exciting. We woke up early this morning, a little bit
Sleep.
exhausted though, and we couldn't wait to get to the Portofino shipyard because waiting for us is our Portofino 52 and also the almost finished product of the Portofino 47. That is the reason why we're here in Dubai, because
In
it's
3
going to have
kilometers, take exit 50 toward Al-An, Dubai Road, E66.
because it's going to have a soft opening or a soft launch, and we wanted to be here for it, so that's why we're here in Dubai. As well as we've got to do lots of decision making about our boat because it's come up to crunch time.
It is, it's all the decisions have to be made, like they have to order materials, they have to order paints, we have to get everything sort of tied down and make those hard decisions or make those multiple decisions, which when you're thinking, oh, which way to go, which way to go?
As well as we've got some exciting innovations to talk over with Rafa, because
Yeah.
Portofino is always looking at innovations and on the cutting edge. So that'll be exciting too, which we share with you in the future.
When we're allowed to, because some things remain secret.
But something's on the boil. So we have to concentrate now because we're driving in Dubai and it's crazy at this place. So we'll take it for a tour. When we get to the shipyard, we'll definitely have the cameras rolling. Can we come in? Hello. Long time no see. How are you?
Finally, I joined.
How are you going? And here's Martina.
We finally there's Martina. How are you, Martina? Hi, nice to see you.
Hi. How are you keeping?
Good. That's good. You're very busy. Look at this production, huh?
Running. We are.
Hi everyone, we are in Dubai. We have arrived and we're at the Portofino shipyard and we are looking at boats. And directly behind us is our beautiful baby. So we're very excited and we're going to have a look through real soon. And this way, behind us this way, is the Portofino 47. And
So we'll
she's
give you a good look at that one
beautiful.
too.
Yeah, from what we can see, she's beautiful, so we're very excited. So we're going to have a walk through, so we'd love you to come with us. So should we go? I can't wait any longer. Let's go. So you can see how big this boat is and how fine the hulls are, which means she's going to get good speed and she's going to slip through the water very well. Although, when she does that, because with catamarans you always try and keep the bow light, right? And have the weight sort of either in the middle or at least sort of towards the back. But as she's dipping down into the water, this chime or this shoulder is going to help her pop up again. So you can see it increases further back we go. So this is a modification that we did way back in the start, and we really pushed for this, and Portofino said, yep, we're gonna do that. So here it is. John had it on his boat that he built, his 42-foot catamaran, and so we wanted that repeated on this boat here because it was awesome. So look what they've done. So this here, not only does it help pop the bows back up, but it increases the livability. And because it actually then from there, it actually flares so you get more space inside. So it doesn't come out like that and go straight up like a lot of performance boats. It gives you a lot more room inside. And this is a feature that we really pushed for as well. You can actually see ours comes out and that's where we're getting that extra volume. So it's awesome. We've already done this on the 42, so we know it really works. And I love this. The Portofino features have so many angles. It's a really great design. It's very aesthetically pleasing. So it's not just an aluminium catamaran that's just been whacked up with aluminium. It's actually got style and class and shape. Absolutely beautiful, all these angles. Look at this. And the shape of the hulls. You might see that the shape of the hulls are different. So our hulls, obviously they're going to be able to sit on the hulls themselves, but they actually come up pretty flat and they're very sort of flat at the base. And this is because they're performance hulls. I love these angles. Look at this. Beautiful. Just gorgeous. And high underwings. Check out the underwings. Quick, honey, come on, come on. So guys, we are now on the sugar scoops and they're very wide. There's lots of space here. You could swing a cat. You're a cat. And the first thing you see are these big doors. They're actually hatches because these are the transom doors that go into, this one goes into a dive room or a wet area, and the other side, ours goes directly into our bathroom, which is insanely sensible that the Portofinos have thought about this. I don't know why we haven't thought about this actually, because when you're swimming and you're wet, you don't want to be traipsing the wet salt water all the way through the main boat. If you can get into an area where you can strip off, hose down, change and dry, and all your toys actually go in there. So any salt water or any wet toys you've got, they can go in there rather than have them, you know, tied to here and, you know, strung all over the place and making the place look a mess. So this way, everything's tucked in there. Now in this room here, we're actually going to have a hose, you know, like a shower, so you can hose all down all the toys that you have. And also, Rafa's putting a blower in there. So for those days where maybe it's raining or it's overcast and the things don't dry as well, you put the blower on and it's going to dry them really quickly. That's just going to make those times of living aboard really, really easy. So let's have a look down here. So down here, it's just a big space where you can put all of your gear. There'll be places for everything. You've got lots and lots of space here. As well as you can string up some clotheslines and you hang your clothes in here, you put the blower on and you dry in wet weather. And this space here, this will be the washing machine space and it'll fit into that space as well. It'll be very convenient to take stuff out of the washing machine and hang it up in here. Come in here. This is another awesome space that's dedicated. This is the engine room. Now, how many boats actually have a room dedicated to the engine and all the services? So in this area, we're going to have the engine that's on this side of the hull, which is the port side, and all the services will come into this area. Water makers, all the pumps, all the filters, they will all come down and they will live in this area. So if you've got something to fix, you just come into this area and you're not swinging off the back of the boat, you're not in rough weather having to worry about it, you're not out in the sun, you just come in, it's very civilized. So the engine sits here on this bracket, and then it will be so easy to maintain and to get to when you have to get to it. It's going to be great. And it's all safe. Because Rafa loves the whole engineering, servicing, making sure everything's at your fingertips and easy to maintain when you take delivery of the boat. So this is what he's produced. I mean, one thing that is quite bothersome when you're on a boat is trying to get to places to fix things or access things, and they're behind walls, they're in ceilings, they're in cupboards or whatever. So this way, everything leads into this room, and your ability to find what you need in this space is going to be fantastic. The other benefit is you're going to be able to maintain things and do things standing up. Things are going to be on the walls, they're not going to be down in a hull where you've got to contort yourself like a contortionist trying to get to the thing and have to have the longest arm and whatever. So here, it's going to be so easy, accessible. It's just amazing. Okay, so we're going up into the back cockpit, up on the stern. So we've got these lovely steps that go up here. We've also got a nice big passageway to come through into the cockpit. Now this area here is the seating. So we've got great seating as well. We've got a table that's going to be here, and it's a massive area for entertaining. We spend most of our time eating on our back cockpit, so for us, we use it a lot. So it's great to see that it's so nice. And then you got this side, and what we asked for, this was originally a single little sofa, and we asked for it to be put in a double day bed, because often John and I want to lie somewhere out of the sun, in the cool, but we just want to hang out together and we don't necessarily want to do it in the cabin. So this space here will be really great. Obviously, we're under shade, so that's really important to us. Having the shade and having the coolness, not being in the sun, having a day bed that we can just hang out on. I'm on the floor.
That's the real floor, and there's
That's the height. So obviously the ceilings have got to come in too, but it's high to start with, so you're not ducking and bumping your head when you're a tall person like myself. We've obviously got hatches under the seats. That's going to be usable hatches. And here is seating with our barbecue. We're having an induction barbecue because we don't really want to have gas or anything flammable. And so the induction barbecue will go in the back here with the seats. So that's going to be awesome. What you don't see is the lifting platform out the back. So there's a gap between here and the back transoms, or the sugar scoops, and that's where our lifting platform is going to end up. So it's going to be this huge space. So there's a reversible seat, so if you want to sit this way, the backrest goes that way. If you want to sit that way, the backrest comes this way. So what Portofino have done too, and they're not paying me for this by the way, but I just love all their innovations. What they do is try and maximize anything they have so it can be multifunctional. So that's what I love, because that's how I think. If I'm going to do something, okay, what other benefits can you get out of this thing that I've just done once? And what we have here is we're going to have cork flooring on the outside because it'll be soft under feet. It's a really great insulator and non-slip, and that's the way we're going in the Portofino. So that'll come all the way through here, and it'll even go up the sides and along the decks, right to the front. So that's going to be beautiful. The decision is whether to have black corking or white corking effect. So what do you think, guys? Should we have black or white corking? Now black tends to hold the heat, but white tends to be harder to clean, and black will match the black sails. So put your comment below, see what you think. Here we have the Helm station. There's going to be stairs up here and up to the Helm station here. It's a good size Helm station. It's going to be very comfy because we've adjusted the seats to be comfortable, not seats that you just have to sit upright and very uncomfortable, but not too comfortable so you fall asleep. So that's the key. So in here is a really valuable space because it's a big storing space. What you normally see on boats is when you're in the back cockpit, generally you'll see hats, you'll see sunscreens, you'll see shoes, baskets and all sorts of stuff that just make everything look untidy as well. And you know I like more Zen-ish kind of effects. So what this does is it clears all the clutter away and everything will be in this cupboard here, and you'll be able to pull out the cupboard, get your sunscreen, get your hat, get your shoes, whatever you need, and then tuck it all away. And then if it is wet, if you do get water over the stern, if you do get sun coming through, you haven't got to worry about what's getting damaged out in the back here. As well as, if your hats are in the right place, it's not going to blow off the back cockpit and you're not going to lose them over the side like some people do. Not mentioning any names. But you know, everything that you want to grab to go outside can be in here, which will be really, really good. It'll be really cool.
Okay, so we're in the steering station here. As you can see, there's quite a big platform. This bit will be removed, so we'll have the space up to there. We have 3 winches, one there, and one, I'm not sure where the third one is. There's a third winch. All the lines run underneath the decking. As you can see, the level of the deck there, the lines come from the mast under the deck to the 2 winches, this lot to there, this lot to there. And obviously we will be able to work our winches, they're electric, but if you have to wind it, it's there. Then of course you'll have all the cleats to lock the lines in easy reach. The wheel will be over to the side here a bit. The visibility is pretty good. I can just see the top where the stanchion goes down to the bow, so we know exactly where the bow is. So from here I can see to the stern on this side obviously very easily, but also you can see through there to the stern on that side very easily. So reversing in, you'll have good visibility out the back. So we'll have good visibility really in all directions. Yeah, so because these are obviously deep grooves, when it rains, the water coming down off the mast and off the top decks will fall into these tracks and actually flow potentially outwards. But because we are collecting water to put in our tanks when we want to, RAF is going to organize for this water to flow to a central collection point, I think at the front, to allow us to collect the water when we want to. So it's kind of multifunctional use again. Because news break, we are going to have 2.4 kilowatts of solar power on our boat because they have organized the layouts on the top decks to maximize the usage, and we have now got 2.4 kilowatts of solar. So that'll be more than enough, we believe, for our daily use on sunny days. Our experience in the past was with 1500 watts of solar on our Leopard 50. That did us quite adequately for daily consumption, for normal use, and for cruising at night. So that 2.4 should be more than enough. We do have a bit more power use because we've got induction cookers and that sort of thing. But yeah, we think that's going to be great. And then we're also still looking at hybrid, the possibility of hybrid regeneration and diesel engines with hybrid options in a parallel type system, which is very exciting.
Okay, so here we are walking through the door into the galley and the saloon. There's a big door, as well as this area here is a big window that will actually come up and hook up to the ceiling. So that space will be a really lovely, you know, space for ventilation, as well as give you that feeling of, you know, inside outside kind of feeling. We are looking at having like a servery here, so we're trying to work out how that can all happen. Okay, so here we are in the galley and the saloon, and it's such a massive space. Like seriously, we're gonna have our stand-up fridge here, and then from here we've got a long bench all the way to the opening there, and then on this side we have a galley bench as well that comes about to the same level. So we have an amazing space for all the stuff that you need in a galley. And the other thing you can do is if things are a bit rough, you lean on this side. If things are a bit rough, you lean on this side. So you've got that safety. So it's really great to be able to brace yourself in there. On this side is our beautiful saloon area that's going to be just gorgeous. The seats are going to be a lot more comfortable because I want them more opulent, so it makes inside living that you feel like a little bit more plush and comfy. So we've adjusted things here. Now this area here is actually rose up about 10 centimetres or so. So there's going to be a floor that's a little bit higher that will be able to stand up that 10 centimetres more. When you're sitting in the sofa, you'll have a much better view. As we like to do, there's twofold reasons for this. One is that where you get a better view from the inside outside. The other thing it does is it raises the ceiling height over the bed for our cabin down there. So Honey and I can sit up with our cup of tea in the morning, and we spend a lot of time in bed, but we hatch a lot of plans and we talk a lot of things. We even look at the weather and all that sort of stuff. So we really love to have a nice comfortable area where we can sit up in bed. So that will give us enormous headroom without having to worry about windows behind us or hunching over. That'll be fantastic. Can't wait for that. Okay, so we're facing forwards here, and this is the forward facing end of the saloon. In here we have the nav station. All the instruments will be set up in that fantastic Raymarine design for Portofino. We'll be able to mount one in here, and we'll be able to do lots of things in here. We'll even be able to steer in here. So that's going to be cool, because if you've got an alternative when it's wet and cold and everything, and you can do it from in here, that's just great. So plenty of cupboards. In here we'll have our charging stations, so all our phones, all our computers, all those wires you can see around boats and everything like that. We spoke to Rafa about this a few years ago and said this was on our wish list, that we wanted a charging station to put all of that stuff away because we like it nice and zenish. As well as the printer, our computer stuff and things like that will all go in this area here. This area here, on the other side of the nav station, depending on how much stuff we have and how much stuff we have either nav-wise or kitchen-wise, will become either an extension of the galley or an extension of the nav station. We haven't decided that yet, but isn't it great to have an option? Look at this space. This is a huge space. So look at the massive opening windows. So that will be all glass through there. We're having 2 pop-out hatches on either side here, as well as the hatch door that goes out to the cockpit. So that'll give us great ventilation and great, obviously, access, you know, through to the cockpit. This is your really, truly front cockpit with access through the main saloon. So just have a look at this space. It is so functional. You've got the bench space here. You've got hatches there that are great and can be used as well. We're going to have a table here, and it'll be an all-weather table. But also what you have is down here, these are the drainage holes. And so if you get waves over the bow, they're going to drain away very quickly. We love the front cockpit. We've had both non-front cockpit and a front cockpit, and we really didn't want to go back to no front cockpit. So this was a thing that we really wanted on the Portofino. So this was a feature that ticked as well. This here is the anchor chain well. So it's nice and deep, plenty of space for the chain. There's a longeron in the middle here that the anchor chain and the anchor will be attached to, that the anchor will be dropped basically from this middle section here. This is where the stairs down the front are going. So we're going to have access to the front with a ladder, with stairs. How civilized is that? I mean, how many times have we wanted that feature on our boats? So this ladder or stairs down this front area has 2 main benefits. One, if you need to, once you're in an anchorage and you've got to go and check your anchor, you can just dive off the front of the boat rather than the back of the boat where you have to then swim all the way around to go out and check your anchor. Here you've got easy access straight down the front and straight out to your anchor. The other thing is when you beach the boat. So when you beach the boat, you can step straight off of this area right down onto the beach. And this and the stern may or may not be either in water or not, but it's just going to be so convenient having those stairs down the front, as well as trampolines. We're having 2 trampolines and then the longeron in the middle. So that's going to be awesome. Up here is another one of the features that we wanted, which is another day bed. Yes, that's right. We are a little bit
Lazy.
we love the day bed thing. So here is enough space for two people to lie or sit or hang out, and this space becomes a day bed. That's going to be a space that we'll use a lot, because we did also on the Leopard 50 when it was a raised bed up there. We had our bean bags here, and we had this all with a nice little mattress there, so that was really awesome. But the space here, you know, just look at, this is all temporary. So that's just here to support right now. But look at all of these areas with space. It's so civilized with all this space. I'm thinking of all those places that I can sit and I can just meditate over there, I can meditate over there, I can do yoga over there, I can do yoga at the back or meditate or whatever, or just hang out and have a cup of tea or have a beer or a wine or whatever. That's a great spot to be on watch, because you can hang out here facing forward, and you can see everything with the remote control. Very civilized. So these are all temporary as well. So they're going to come off. You'll be left with this curve. Now, if you look at the curve, you wouldn't think this is aluminium with that beautiful curve. But that's what the Portofino guys have done. They've styled everything. So it's not just square corners, easy to build, like just get it done. It's aesthetically beautiful. That's really important. This is where you're going to be hanging out a lot of the time. You want it to be beautiful, and you want to be in this lovely space where it doesn't just look like a machine. I'm really happy with that. Come on down, guys. So you have now entered the main cabin, statesman, and office come fourth cabin. This is where our bed is going to be. It's going to be trans, so it's going to be this way, and we're going to be able to look out these windows here. It'll be a little bit higher, but as you can see, we've got plenty of back room to sit up in bed, which was what we were talking about before. The bottom of the bed's there, but you've got a mattress on top of that, and you've got like a frame type thing, but that'll be just great. And down here, we have the tanks. Diesel, black water, grey water. This thing here is a centerboard case. So that's where our centerboard kicks up to when we're beaching, or when we're not needing it, it'll fold up really nicely into this case here. Not a waste of space. And the drive mechanism is going to be mounted in here, in this space here. So we have good access to do stuff to it, because it's going to be easy accessible right here. And what a lot of people complain about in their boats when they've been liveaboard for a while is not being able to walk around their bed. And it is a pain, honestly, to try and make your bed when it's up against the wall. It's, you know, it's okay for holidays, but when you're liveaboard, it gets a little bit tiresome. So this will have so much space that there'll be even space either side of the bed. So you'll be able to walk around it, you'll be able to make the bed with ease. Won't you, honey? So we've taken care of the sitting up in bed thing, which is real personal touch here that we're talking about with Portofino. We've gone that much detail with working to these guys that we've even raised it 10 centimetres. So that is amazing that these guys are working so closely with us, and we are co-designing this whole Portofino 52. That's pretty amazing.
So the other thing, as you can see in the front here, there is absolutely nothing underneath the floor level. So that, I believe, is the way it's going to stay pretty much. There may be one or two little devices, and the only things I can think of that might go into those spaces might be the depth sounder and the speed log. But apart from that, there are no through hull fittings, there's no pumps. There's a big water inlet in the engine rooms, but there's no other through hull fittings that can leak or cause problems. So all of this area is going to be empty space and flotation.
So this, guys, is the actual fourth cabin / office, gaming room, anything you want room. Because right here, we are going to have the ability to have a pull-out couch. We'll have a sofa, and it'll have like a very comfy pull-out couch. So that'll become like the fourth cabin. We're also having cabinets and desk. Desk at least can fold away, but the cabinets can also be used if someone's occupying this cabin. So if there's, you know, extra places where I can't fit blankets and sheets and linen and things like that, we've got lots of cabinetry here. So it's in anything space. Coming through here, this passageway here, this is the second engine room. So this is where the second engine is going to be. It's a big space, full standing headroom. You can walk all the way around the engine. This lovely space here is the main head. Okay guys, so the really cool thing about this space is, apart from the fact that this is the master head, we're going to have a shower here, we're going to have our toilet here. It's going to be beautiful. The basins are going to be there with cabinetry, it's going to be there. But the really super cool thing is it has access directly to the stern. So you can use this transom door at the back here, and when you're wet and you've been swimming and salty and everything, you just come through this transom door, have a shower, take off your wet stuff, get dried before you even go into the main area of the boat. It's amazing. This here is my favorite feature in the Portofino design. This here, it's just unbelievable. When you're a liveaboard and you have, even when you have company, you know, it's really hard to keep the salt water where it should be, which is outside. It's amazing. Once you get salt water inside, it just attracts more and more dampness. So this is a game changer. So can you tell I'm excited or what? And just for all those people wanting to know, these transom doors are actually hatches. So they will be fully sealed so that if we get any water through this area here, it's not going to be able to come through the door. Watertight hatches this way. So solution solved. So another super cool thing about building the boat step by step with Portofino is that we've been able to custom just about everything. So one of the things we said to them right back in the start is that we will be having drop downs. We need a space where the drop downs can be connected as the boat is being finished, not as an afterthought or an aftermarket thing. So when we said to Portofino, we might have to modify the design back here to make sure that the drop downs will actually fit and be custom fit, so that they'll be easy, simple, straight, and certainly easy to use. In the building process, they've made sure that this piece of metal has a lip here to go all the way along, because this is the attachment point for the drop downs. They will be putting clips in here and it'll attach to that, which will go all the way to the back here. So the other thing is this intentional lip actually stops water flowing right over and inside the cockpit, which is a big drama for anyone that's trying to keep the cockpit dry. So this is amazing. So that's what we wanted. We didn't want any water to come over into the cockpit. We want this more of an inside kind of usable area. So this will do the trick. So the water will come down here and it'll be like a spoon drain and it'll run along this area here and hopefully not over the top and into the cockpit. It goes out to a vertical pole, so there'll be a vertical pole so that the drop downs will come to that pole. They'll take a right angle and go straight across the back. So it'll keep that nice and flush. Over to here, there'll be another pole that attaches this side, and then a right angle, it'll go back the same as the other side, on the other side of here, obviously to keep that water out as well, and clipped to that small little raised area of aluminium. I'm excited. I'm standing in the bow of the port cabin. So this area here is the toilet, or the little head. It's a little private toilet for this cabin here. The bed will be transverse, and so they'll have plenty of room, and they'll also be able to look out of this magnificent window as well, and have plenty of room. It's a big space, heaps of room, my goodness. Right here, this section here is the head and the shower for these two cabins, a Jack and Jill, I think they call it. Bed will be, it'll be this way. And then under the beds, there's tanks. Oh, diesel. Yeah. And black and grey. The bed facing this way works really well. It's such a stable position for the bed right up here in the stern area. So of course here you've got the bed that you've got plenty of room. It's a massive sized bed, plenty of room to walk around, plenty of cabinetry. I would imagine that's going to be cabinetry in there. So there's plenty of space for there. because you never have enough cabinets or cupboards on a boat, that's for sure. So, but the space is huge. You know, for a guest cabin, again, you could swing a cat. Boom, boom.
And she can barely reach the ceiling.
Lots of light and ventilation with all these windows right down the side here. Yay! Visitors. You know, between the Portofino, us and the design team in Italy, we've kind of really covered a lot of stuff on our wish list. So it's pretty amazing that it's all coming together. Expected launch date is mid-March next year. We are really impressed with the quality of the build and all the extras and innovations that are being added. And we are going to share this with you in upcoming episodes. So please make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these exciting episodes coming up. We hope you liked this week's episode. We would love to know what you thought and what you found the most interesting. Let us know in the comments below, as we love it when you do. Also, thanks to our awesome Patreons for helping us help others in need. Until next week, guys, hold fast to your dreams, for like the wind in the sails, they propel you towards endless possibilities.